Welcome back, everyone. Well, partly to mostly cloudy skies can be expected this weekend and a touch cooler out there, so hopefully you can get out and enjoy it, and then at least a few tropical showers possible as we head into Sunday. And then, of course, all eyes out in the Gulf of Mexico with Tropical Storm Beta. So first, let's take a look at the bigger picture here. And again, the storm generally going to be moving, drifting really toward the north here heading into Saturday. And then we're going to watch this ridge of high pressure start to move in from the west as we head later on into the weekend and into next week, at least the first parts of next week, and that should help to kind of steer the storm more in a westward direction. And then after that, the steering currents kind of look to break down once again, meaning the uncertainty in the forecast starts to increase. Now locally here on the radar, we are still dealing with some few very light showers out there, mainly for southeastern Acadiana, but really nothing heavy or anything like that. Most of us look to say mostly cloudy as we head through the rest of the night. So here we go out in the tropics. Of course, we have Beta. We'll get to that here in just a little bit. We're still tracking Major Hurricane Teddy out here in the central Atlantic, and this is going to come really close to the island of Bermuda. Of course, they were just hit with Paulette less than a week ago, but it does appear to should move at least just off to the east. So good news there, but then eventually perhaps affecting parts of Canada down the road. Earlier this morning, we did have Tropical Storm Wilfred form out in the open Atlantic, but really that's about all the headlines it's going to make. Should dissipate here in the coming days. And then, of course, Tropical Storm Beta was Tropical Depression number 22, but upgraded to Beta earlier this afternoon. So, of course, we're now into the Greek alphabet. We made it through all the names in the hurricane list this year. You may be wondering what happened to Alpha, the first letter in the Greek alphabet. That system actually formed off the coastline of Portugal earlier today, so certainly not going to be a threat to us here in Acadiana. But here's Beta here, and again, Hurricane Center moving the center of circulation a little bit closer to this burst of convection we saw throughout the day today. Still a decent amount of wind shear out here, but nonetheless, the storm did strengthen as of the 10 o'clock advisory. Wind sitting at 60 miles per hour, moving to the northeast at 12. And then again, putting the track forecast into motion. Pretty confident here heading into the weekend, at least with the track forecast. Drifting to the north through the day tomorrow, and then heading into Sunday. Again, that bend to the west toward the southeast Texas coastline through the day on Sunday, perhaps gaining hurricane strength. Again, we're expecting the wind shear to kind of weaken here, and of course we have plenty of warm waters out here in the Gulf of Mexico. But then as we put the track forecast into motion, notice how slow this storm is going to be moving, meaning the upper level steering currents is going to weaken once again as well. So heavy rainfall event looking to set up, but winds again 80 miles per hour on Monday, maintaining hurricane strength, and then perhaps making that bend toward the north and east as we head through the middle parts of next week. But notice the cone of uncertainty here really shows you just how uncertain the forecast is going to get as we head into next week. So bottom line, we're just going to have to pay attention as we head through the weekend. Of course, we'll continue to keep you updated, but at least if this forecast track holds, we are going to see tropical rain showers increasing our rain chances here as we head into next week, and also the tides look to come up a bit as we head through this weekend as well. So I showed you the Euro model earlier. This is the GFS here taking perhaps Hurricane Beta into southeastern Texas into Monday afternoon, and then a slow mover into Tuesday and Wednesday, then finally picks up steam, heads towards our coastline, heading into Wednesday and Thursday as a much weaker system. So really the bottom line here is, what's it going to be once it interacts with the southeastern Texas coastline? The further inland it goes, the weaker it'll be. If it tends to stay a little bit further offshore, of course, that would keep it more organized and perhaps maybe a little bit of a stronger system heading toward the northeast. So again, still a lot of uncertainty here as we go through the next several days, but of course, we'll continue to keep you updated. So as far as rainfall totals are concerned, it's the GFS model, a little bit more aggressive than what I showed earlier here with the Euro model. This takes it through next Friday, so this is a week's worth of data here, and again, most of us in Acadiana perhaps picking up anywhere from 3 to 6 inches. You see some localized heavier amounts here, but don't buy too much into specific amounts in certain locations. But bottom line, you get the picture. A heavy rainfall event looks to be setting up for a good part here of parts of the Texas and Louisiana coastline. But again, we're just going to have to continue to see how it all plays out in the next several days. So your next 10 days here, rain chances tomorrow down to around, again, 20%, partly to mostly cloudy skies out there. That'll keep our high temperatures in check as well, only topping out in the lower 80s. And then again, most of next week's forecast heavily dependent, of course, on the track forecast of Tropical Storm Beta, but at least at this point, We'll go ahead and elevate our rain chances to around 60%. And with more clouds and showers out there, that'll help to bring our high temperatures back into the middle and upper 70s.